Good afternoon, everyone. You're my friends, partners, my colleagues. Thank you very much for being here for the launch of WinPE. As Nitya noted, WinPE is a not-for-profit that we've set up to improve gender diversity in the investing ecosystem. We want to increase the participation of women as investors, capital allocators, and as recipients of investment capital. I would first like to take you through a short video.
It's no secret that financial services and alternate investment firms have historically not been diverse, and as such have quite a diversity crisis on their hands. Women make up a mere 17.9% of all PEVC employees worldwide. The data becomes more skewed as ranks rise, with women accounting for only 10% of senior roles globally. The top ranks of private equity are so male-heavy that female representation is about 17 percentage points lower than other businesses. Only 15% of senior investment teams are gender balanced, and nearly 70% are all male. As such, most investment decisions and capital allocations are being made by teams that are male-dominated and likely not reaping the potential benefits afforded to gender-balanced teams, such as better returns. Gender-balanced teams have been shown to have a 20% higher net internal rate of return. Only 7% of private equity and venture capital is invested in female-led businesses. Gender-balanced teams have 25% higher valuation increases than unbalanced teams. Yet, only 20% of portfolio companies have gender-balanced leadership teams. The imbalance in portfolio companies appears correlated to the imbalance in investment teams. Most men attribute the gender disparity to factors such as a limited talent pool, whereas women cite internal issues such as retention and recruiting biases. Research suggests it is firm-level issues that exacerbate the differences. Ultimately, this creates a self-reinforcing cycle. The private equity industry is starting to pay attention to the diversity crisis, an awareness that was probably long overdue. But finding solutions and really changing is a long journey. Given that private equity and venture capital are still nascent in many markets, changes made now can have a significant impact in the long run to move the industry towards gender balance. WinPE, an initiative by Nupur Garg, one of India's top 25 women in finance, is a pioneering not-for-profit platform to bring about transformation in the investing world in favor of gender diversity. What sets WinPE apart from other associations for women is the belief that change can only be driven by collective action and progress in collaboration with the male counterparts. WinPE aspires to be the forum where stakeholders come together to set the diversity agenda and lead collective action to create gender balance in the investing ecosystem. WinPE is committed to catalyzing action in increasing participation of women as investors, capital allocators, and as recipients of investment capital through a well-rounded and holistic approach that engages key stakeholders of the investing industry. Change can only be witnessed when we combine dialogue with action. WinPE engages with leaders and influencers to drive culture change while providing a suite of powerful resources to support women. WinPE aims to engage with firms and empower women in the investing industry to enhance the participation of female talent through 6 flagship programs. WinPE is honored to be supported by strong, inspiring women leaders who are leading from the front. Zia Modi, one of India's foremost corporate attorneys, co-founder and managing partner of AZB and Partners. Renuka Ramnath, founder of Multiples Alternate Asset Management and advisor to funds over $1 billion. and Anita George, Executive Vice President and Head of Strategic Partnerships, Growth Markets at CDPQ, are at the helm of affairs as members of the WinPE Advisory Board. WinPE is also proud to be partnering with industry-leading firms committed to the mission. WinPE lauds the men who have rallied to the cause and are on the front lines of fairness, accelerating collective progress by bringing several partner firms on board. Good luck to glass ceilings coming our way. WinPE is aiming at a sky, sand ceilings.
Thank you. I hope that video gave you a glimpse into the kind of diversity challenges that exist within our industry. And I hope it also gave you a peek into what WinPE decided to do and would like to do on that matter. As the video noted, change can only be achieved when we combine dialogue with action. And that is the philosophy that has found the basis of the WinPE approach. We've got 3 pillars on the WinPE approach. The first one is to engage with the ecosystem, with the industry, the firms, its constituents, its stakeholders, to drive an open conversation and create sensitization and awareness. The second pillar is to empower the women who are already in this ecosystem and set them up to succeed. And the third pillar is to enhance the participation of women and increase the inbound talent pipeline for the industry. Now, how do we do this? In order to work towards achieving what we've set ourselves out to do, we launched with 6 initiatives. The first is the Collegium. The Collegium, in my view, is one of the most powerful initiatives we have. The Collegium is basically the place and the time when all of WinPE members and WinPE will get together in closed-door sessions and debate and discuss all matters diversity. We just had our first Collegium just before we got here. And Renuka will be sharing the results from the Collegium, but I'm telling you, it was amazing. The energy in the room and the commitment to deliver on the diversity agenda, it was absolutely inspiring. And if you stay tuned and hear the results from Renuka, I'm quite sure you'll go inspired as well. The second initiative we have is the Parlays, which is where we'll sort of engage with the broader industry, have broader conversations in more open forums. We are partnering with IVCA, thank you, Rajat, to try and spread the conversation as broad and as wide as we can. Next on our list is a mentorship program, which we are designing in partnership with an executive search firm. This mentorship program will offer future female leaders the opportunity to get connected to industry stalwarts, industry leaders, and get guidance in how to craft successful professional journeys. Next on our list are 2 training series. One is technical training, which is where we could cover matters as basic as a budget update or a tax update, or get into more basic technical stuff like due diligence, valuations, etc. The next training series is to meet development goals that women frequently get feedback on. So things like personal branding, effective communication, conflict resolution, negotiations, etc. will get covered there. The 6th initiative will focus on igniting participation of women into this industry, coming from outside, coming from campuses, coming from other industries. Now, with all of these initiatives, what can our partners expect from us? So the first thing on our agenda is to follow up on the agenda from the Collegium today. And again, I agree it's suspense for you, but please wait on that. We will get working on all those priorities. The next, we want to launch a baseline survey where we want to gather quantitative and qualitative data around diversity in our market and in our industry. There is a significant lack of tangible data, and that often makes it difficult for us to A, measure the status, and then B, also track the progress. In parallel, we will launch the mentorship program. We will start our training series. We've got wonderful, inspirational women who are associated with us. It's not on the presentation, But I would really also like to spark off conversation series, come, meet, ask whatever you want, kind of intimate sessions where women can come and seek insights and guidance on how successful women have navigated their own career paths. Now, all of this would really not have been possible if I hadn't had the support of a number of wonderful people. And I would really like to take the opportunity to thank them. Rochelle and Nitya. Nitya, where are you? Nitya from Lighthouse. We've got Roshni from Everstone. Ketki here from El Cataton. Anjana from Sequoia could not be here. These are wonderful women who've been passionate about this cause, and they've volunteered time and energy outside of their day jobs to help me think through how we could really address the challenges that exist for women. And then Ganesh and Aditya from Trilegal, you've been my friends. They've offered professional and personal advice throughout the journey. And then last but not the least, my husband Amit. He's the diversity champion of the family. And none of this would have been possible if I didn't have the support of my fantastic advisory board. These three absolutely inspirational women did not even bat an eyelid. In a span of a 5-minute conversation, they committed themselves, their time, their energy, their resources to this cause. And they lent a certain level of experience to this conversation that I, on my own, would not have been able to put together. So thank you to my advisory board. I know you're going to keep me on my toes. I know you're not going to keep it easy for us, but that's exactly what we need from you. I also want to thank our founding partners. These are firms that have come together and put their money where their mouth is at the very beginning, even before WinPE is operational. Thank you very much. With these firms, I was trying to do a rough calculation. I think we have somewhere around $15 billion in management in all of these firms, and I'm not counting the CDPQ and the global trillions at work here. And if you think about the amount of experience, insight, but also leverage, access, influence, the multiplier effect that this amount of capital can achieve, I am super confident that we can really create a transformation that will extend beyond the PVC industry. I know it's going to be a long journey. We have a lot of work to do, but we will go step by step, block by block, but we will get there. WinPE and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.